Hey there ladies and germs of non-specific identities. I bring to you today this mab from Merlin look because why the f not? This is Halloween, Halloween. I'm filming in a different location for once because for once I actually have the house to myself, so I can scream at the top of my lungs if I really wanted to, but then the neighbors would call the cops. We have all gathered here today, as you can tell by the title, to talk about what isn't ladylike. According to our modern society, it's incredibly unladylike for a fully grown and mature woman to talk about sex with other people because God forbid she knows the process of sex, or that sex feels good, or that sex is about both partners. Don't ever talk about your period because it's not like it's a natural part of your body as a woman or anything, and it's not like it's painful and important and deserves more attention because it's something we do for most of our adult lives. Don't ever sit with your legs open, even if you're wearing pants, because you know it just doesn't look right, because guys are supposed to sit with their legs spread open. But not a girl, even if it's comfortable for them, and even if the only people that are around them are close friends or family. God forbid you rest your elbows on your knees and sit comfortably because your back hurts from work. Don't ever swear because it's incredibly unladylike to be heard using language that men use on a regular basis. It makes you sound trashy and it makes you sound like you are uneducated. Don't ever get drunk in front of others. Doesn't matter if you're at a bar or a party, if you're with your friends or you're by yourself, don't ever get too sloppy. And don't even think about not shaving because your legs have to be perfectly smooth. Otherwise, anybody else in the world will assume that you are lazy, disgusting, and unhygienic. Don't ever burp and don't even think about farting. Not like these are a natural part of your body anyway because you have to release gas, otherwise you get very uncomfortable and can get stomach aches. My bad. Don't wear sweatpants in public. God forbid you go somewhere as casual as Walmart in sweatpants because all you're doing is shopping for groceries. Because I'm gonna run into the Queen of England in my sweatpants at Walmart. Don't snore because it makes you sound like a man. Doesn't matter if you can control it or if you have nasal passages that are too small or breathing problems, just don't do it. Don't be too loud because nobody actually wants to hear you. And because if you raise your volume too loud, people might hear your thoughts and opinions. Don't wear men's clothes. People are automatically going to assume that you're a butch lesbian. Hi. God forbid I wear this beanie that I bought in the men's section. God forbid I wear my men's pants. God forbid I wear this men's t-shirt. Because then suddenly people are just going to assume that I'm a man when they see me in public. Don't get too many piercings, especially if they're visible ones like ones on your face or on your ears. And God forbid you ever get hidden ones that people assume are way too inappropriate to be on a woman, like nipple piercings or a genital piercing. Even though it's your body and it's your decision what you do with it and whether you put something in it or on it. Don't get too many tattoos. Or don't get any at all. And if you absolutely have to get them, don't get them in places that you can see them. Because it's just so unladylike to get tattoos. Because tattoos are for men. Tattoos, if you're a woman, make you look skanky, make you look uneducated, and make you look like you don't know what you're doing. Don't eat like you actually have an appetite, especially not on a date. Don't eat like you're actually hungry because you're a human being whose body runs on nourishment. God, no. Eat almost nothing because the illusion that you eat almost nothing gives off the illusion that you're super thin. And it's so unladylike to be a big girl, but it's also unladylike to be too thin. Now explain to me something very important. After you've heard my list of things that I and other women that I know have heard from the mouths of both men and women. What the f is ladylike and who the f are you to tell me what I can and cannot do based on your opinions of women and how women should be? There are all different kinds of women in this world, and every single kind is beautiful. There are women who are covered from head to toe in tattoos, and that's beautiful because that's how they express themselves. There are women who swear like sailors because that's how they express themselves vocally and feel more heard doing so. There are women who wear men's clothing every single day simply because that's what they feel comfortable in. It's what they like. It's what makes them feel good and look good. So what if I have tattoos that you can see? If you don't like it, don't look at me. That doesn't mean come up to me and tell me that my tattoos are ugly or that my tattoos are wrong. You know the difference between you having tattoos and me having tattoos? They have nothing to do with each other. My tattoos are mine. They are how I choose to express myself. My piercings are how I choose to express myself. How I dress and what I say and what I do with how I sit and stand and walk is what I am. How is it unladylike to talk about my period? I don't personally think that it's talked about enough, especially in health classes in schools. Even after I started getting my period in middle school, I didn't really understand it. It was stuff I had to figure out on my own. Teachers don't tell you about what you're supposed to do when you get cramps or the fact that it's normal to crave things. Nobody tells you that the mood swings are common and that the cramps can even end up in your back. Nobody tells you that when you're on your period, you're gonna scream at somebody over something stupid or cry about nothing and that it is normal and okay. Because it's too unladylike to talk about. Because society thinks periods are gross. Why am I not allowed to talk about sex? Not on the internet, not with my friends, not in front of men, not in school education classes, and definitely not in the general public. When I was in high school, all the guys that I went to high school with, all they did, all day long, was talk about sex. About the girls they wanted to have sex with, about the girls they were having sex with, about things they liked about sex, about when they lost their virginity. But if girls were heard or seen talking about those things, they were called sluts. They were called easy. They were called prostitutes. Newsflash, ladies and germs of every other kind, women enjoy sex too. Women like to have sex too. Women get aroused too. Sex is not just for making babies. We're allowed to have sex too. It's not unladylike for us to sleep with somebody when we feel comfortable enough to sleep with somebody because our body and our mind and our hearts tell us that it is okay. If you don't want to hear me talk about sex, then get away from me when I'm talking to my friends about sex. If you don't want to hear me talk about my period, then get away from me when I'm talking to my friends about my period. Women should not be shamed for the way that they present themselves or the things that they like or the things that they do because society deems it as wrong for a woman to do so. So I say, a challenge to every single woman who ever sees this video. Do the they tell you not to do. Leave the house in sweatpants. Go to Walmart and do your grocery shopping that way and feel okay to not put makeup on and not do your hair. Feel comfortable being able to ask your sex ed teachers about things that you're not really that sure about and that you should know and be able to ask before you get involved in a sexual relationship with someone. Dare to ask the questions about your period that you don't understand and that you want somebody to help you with. Dare to wear men's clothing because it's comfortable and more affordable. Dare to sit in an unladylike position and burp. Dare to be loud. Make yourself known, make yourself heard, and do not let yourself be quiet. Dare to swear because it is nobody's business what you say but yours. If you feel comfortable expressing yourself by saying f*** and in every single sentence, then go right ahead because that does not make you any less of a woman or any less educated. You choose what you do or do not shave on your body because guess what? It's your body. If you want to shave everything off, do it. If you don't want to shave anything, don't. If you want to leave the house completely shaven with a face full of makeup in the girliest clothes you can find and never burp and never fart and never swear and never wear men's clothing or anything, guess what? You have the right and the freedom as a woman and a human being to do what you want with yourself and your life and your body. If you want to be like me and you want to leave the house in men's clothing with visible tattoos and visible piercings and be able to be yourself, then do that. No matter who yourself is, no matter what makes up the person that you are, don't ever let society tell you who you are. Don't ever let society tell you what is and is not ladylike. Because what the f is ladylike?